And I'm back with more Danganronpa. Time to finish this case. We need to establish exactly how the poison got from the chem lab to the rec room.
It was Hina, right? She took it and gave it to Ogre.
What do you think, Makoto?
One who got the poison from the chem lab.
I got it! I think it was Sakura herself.
Huh? So Sakura, who was apparently murdered, just poisoned herself? What are you talking about? There's no way!
On the contrary, we know for a fact she went to the chem lab, right to the section full of poisons.
You're lying! Stop lying! Why? Why would you lie like that?
It's not a lie. Sakura definitely went to Section C. Kyoko already showed me the evidence I need. Now I have to hit Hina with it.
You're a liar! What are you saying? Wrong! You're wrong! I'm telling you, I did it! Stop talking! You're a liar! Wrong! You're wrong! Wrong! You're wrong! I hate you! You're a liar! What are you saying? Wrong! You're wrong! I'm telling you, I did it! Stop talking! You're a liar! Wrong! You're wrong! Wrong! You're wrong! I hate you! You're a liar! Wrong! You're wrong! Stop talking! I hate you! Do you have any kind of proof Sakura took the poison?
This should prove it. Hina, did you know that Sakura's foot had a certain yellow powder stuck to it?
It did?
It did. The same yellow powder that had been spilled by the shelf in the chem lab. That powder was yellow, wasn't it? So the powder we found on Sakura, what else could it be but the powder from the chem lab?
Wait. So, what was that powder doing on Ogre's foot?
And it was only on her instep, right?
Sakura must have been standing right there where the powder was spilled. So the person who spilled the powder by the shelf wasn't Hina, but Sakura. And when Sakura dropped the bottle, she dropped it away from where she was actually standing, which is how she was able to avoid getting it all over herself. But the powder still got scattered around, and some of it must have wound up on her instep. Is there any problem with my thinking?
But why did Sakura pay a visit to Section C in the first place? The only explanation is that she was looking for poison. After all, that's all that section contained.
No! It was me! Because I killed her!
No, you didn't kill her. Here's my answer. The one who killed Sakura was Sakura herself.
What? The killer was Sakura?
Wait, so you're saying it was suicide?
I don't believe it. I don't believe it any more than I believe I can fly!
I can't believe it either. Or rather, I don't want to believe it. But when you really think about it, everything matches up. Sakura went and got the poison. She barricaded herself in a room, and she drank it, all so she could end her own life. And that explains why we couldn't solve the mystery of the locked room. I got it! The locked room mystery was created by Sakura.
I'm sure she locked herself in so nobody could stop her from doing what she did. She sat there, drank the poison, and breathed her last breath. And the empty bottle of poison rolled around the locked room until we came and opened it. At that point, someone grabbed the bottle and snuck it out of the room. And that was you, wasn't it, Hina? You did it to throw off the investigation, didn't you? When we found her body, You stayed right there near the door because you already knew Sakura was dead, and because the bottle of poison had rolled near the doorway.
That's when you picked up the bottle, right? I was too shocked to notice anything, and Kyoko was busy checking the body.
And the more I think about it, the more I realize how unusual your actions were. You said you were going to go get everyone else, but your real intention was to go to the chem lab and switch out the containers, wasn't it? Once you were at the chem lab, you headed straight to the section where the protein powder was kept. There, you took the powder and poured it into the bottle of poison you'd grabbed from the rec room. When you left the lab, all you had was the empty protein can. Thinking about it like that, the footprints make perfect sense.
When you were done, you gathered everyone together, and once you were back in the rec room, while everyone else was focused on Sakura, you quietly placed the can on the ground. Honestly, I should have noticed. You should have been the first one to run up to Sakura's lifeless body. The Hina I know never would have left her side in a situation like that.
So, Sakura committed suicide. In order to hide this fact, Hina undertook a series of actions to undermine the investigation. As long as you could disguise the truth, you didn't care if we blamed you for her death. That's why you didn't bother to get rid of such obvious evidence, right? The footprints in the powder and the bottle of poison? Vital pieces of evidence. And yet...
So you're saying Hina consciously deceived us to make it look like she killed Sakura?
No! No! I killed her!
That's enough, Hina. It's over.
It's not! Nothing's over!
This is getting a bit much.
It is! Actually, no. You're right. We have to end this properly.
Climax. Rare.
The killer is
I think
you!
I got it.
This case began when Sakura asked a number of people to meet her in the rec room. Specifically, those people were Hiro, Toko, and Byakuya. But one of them headed out a bit earlier than the others. Toko. She got there one step ahead of everyone else and looked around for a good hiding spot.
But dang it. Futzing around with the specific.
The killer is
There.
you!
Futzing around with a specific picture.
But one of them headed out a bit earlier than the
Nah.
others.
Rude.
So she got there one step ahead.
There.
And she found it. She crawled into the locker to get out of sight. Then, from inside the locker, she saw Sakura enter the room. Next to arrive was Hiro. When he got there, he mistakenly thought Sakura was going to try to kill him, so he panicked. Without thinking, he grabbed a nearby Monokuma bottle and attacked Sakura with it. Thinking he'd killed her, he hastily began covering up his crime. He took a magazine from the table and forged a dying message from Sakura. To that end, he wrote down a name. Toko. By writing her name, he was hoping to pin the murder on her. But of course, Toko had witnessed the whole thing. So as soon as the coast was clear, she jumped out of the locker and hid the magazine on the shelf with all the others. But in her rush, she made one little mistake. She put the magazine back upside down. Soon after, she watched as Sakura slowly opened her eyes. She also saw the blood dripping off Sakura's head and fainted. This caused her personality to switch back over to Genocide Jack. When she woke back up, Her second personality also saw the blood-soaked Sakura, and she freaked out. And just like Hiro, she grabbed another Monokuma bottle and attacked her. This explains why there were 2 wounds on Sakura's head. Assuming Sakura really was dead this time, she set about disposing of the evidence. She gathered up the broken Monokuma bottle shards and the queen chess piece. And that explains how Sakura was attacked twice with the same type of weapon. But even after those 2 blows, she was still alive. So then, what was Sakura's actual cause of death? It was the poison that Sakura herself got from the chem lab. She turned the rec room into a true locked room scenario, and then drank the deadly mixture. And there, she took her final breath. Later on, the rest of us discovered that her body was in there. We had to smash the door's window to get inside. But someone already knew what had happened. Knew that she had committed suicide. And that same someone quietly snatched the bottle of poison from off the ground. And while nobody was looking, replaced it with an empty protein can. They did all this specifically to place all the suspicion on themselves, in an attempt to guide the trial to a false conclusion. And the one who went to all that effort was you, Hina. That's the full truth of the case. Sakura took her own life, and you claim to be the killer to hide that fact. Isn't that right?
That's what happened? But Makoto, how did you manage to... How were you able to uncover the truth that even I couldn't discern?
We're at this again. Stop being stupid.
Huh? Oh, well, I mean...
I had Kyoko's help, duh. You know, if you asked for help once in a while, you'd be a much nicer person, with a better personality.
You still haven't realized?
Oh, I was hoping she'd smile.
We don't all act according to calculations and cost-benefit diagrams. That's what makes us so complicated. That's what you don't understand. And that's why you couldn't solve this case. See? Didn't I tell you?
There we go.
When you dismiss
There
other
we go.
people's feelings, it'll always come back to bite you in the end.
Yeah. There we go. Don't know why I was going sort of New York accent there. Whatever that accent is. I don't know! Oh no. I'm just being dumb. I got a new chair and I don't feel quite
I
right.
think we can all agree you made your point. Did you guys forget already? You still haven't voted yet.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, my neck rest on my new chair doesn't even work properly, so I have to get like a pillow to put it right.
You seriously forgot?
Dude, I've been standing up straight trying to keep my neck straight. Shut the fuck up.
I can feel my energy draining out of me. Well, whatever. You don't really have a choice anyway. You just gotta do it. Maybe you don't want to, but please grab your lever and cast your vote. So, who will be chosen? Will you make the right choice? What's it gonna be?
Can't exactly execute Sakura in this case, can you? No punishment this time.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. The one who killed Sakura was Sakura herself.
My entire existence!
We're done here.
What did you say?
So that's the whole truth? I see. But there's still one thing I don't understand.
Come on.
Hina, why did you try to cover up what happened? If the truth hadn't come to light, you would have died along with the rest of us.
What are you thinking?
Why did you do that?
Don't be mean!
We almost died there.
What is this?
Because That's exactly what I wanted. I mean, the reason Sakura died is because you all pushed her into a corner. You all killed her. So that's
You
why
should have been the one to die!
I couldn't have let her be the only one who died.
What?
You don't mean you're gonna take us all with you? You have to atone for our sins, because everyone, even me, we all killed her, and we all have to pay for our crimes. You're serious?
What is this?
You still don't understand? Let me explain. Do you realize just how much despair Sakura was carrying with her when she died? Look at this. Such brutality made me desperate. So instead of just waiting to be killed, I'll do it by my own hand. I found it on the ground, in the rec room. It's Sakura's suicide note. Suicide note? Thinking back, I should have seen it coming. It was right after Genocide Jack attacked me. Sakura got mad and stormed out of the nurse's office. I ran after her, but... Sakura, calm down. You don't have to worry about me. I'm fine. I can't calm down. I don't care if I suffer for this. It's my fault after all. But now you're suffering because of me.
No forgiveness!
You tried to protect me, but because of me,
I can't forgive
my
this.
closest friend got hurt. Sakura, because of me, my friends are all going to kill each other. This is all my responsibility. Sakura, she thought she was responsible. She thought everything was her fault. Which is why she wanted to find some way to get everyone to forgive her. So she asked to meet with them. You asked to meet with those three? You can't! Don't you see how dangerous that is? Don't worry. I just want to talk to them.
But...
Talk about what? Listen, don't. If they gang up on you all at once, even you... Please, don't think of things like that. They're not my enemy.
They're friends.
Sakura. She clearly believed. She completely believed in all of us. If you just talked to her, you would have understood. She was a friend to all of us. And yet...
Why?
And yet... You trampled all over her feelings. And then did the unthinkable. That was just a misunderstanding.
What are you saying?
Don't stand there and call it a misunderstanding. She believed in you, wouldn't even listen to what she had to say. Without asking a single question, you tried to kill her.
I won't forgive you.
Do you have any idea how desperate she was, seeing you act like that? That's what her suicide note means.
Why?
That's how far you pushed her.
Huh?
Hina.
Wait, I'll help you out.
Hina.
Huh?
I'm so glad I got to meet you. What's wrong? Why are you talking like that?
I have a favor to ask.
Huh?
A favor?
Some protein.
Could I ask you to? You got it. Just hang on. I'll be right back. That was the last conversation I had with her. I went to the chem lab to get the protein. When I was there, I saw the powder. That's when I realized that someone had taken something from the poison shelf. I ran back to the rec room as fast as I could, but by the time I got there, it was already too late.
Please!
Let me in! Please open the door!
Why? Why?
Why did she have to die? She had weaknesses, just like any other person. If she got cut, she bled. If someone hurt her, she felt it. That's weakness. It's normal. And yet,
Why?
you all blamed her. I tried to protect her and I suffered for it. And that just added to the weight she had to carry. And I didn't even realize it. We all killed her. All of us. We pushed her into a corner and then we murdered her.
Why?
People like us shouldn't be allowed to live. And that's why you tried to lead us astray. You did your best to make us arrive at the wrong conclusion. Sakura died hating all of us. I wanted to free her of her regrets. But even that got found out. In the end, I wasn't able to do anything for her. I could never face her after this.
Hey! Hey!
I'm sorry to interrupt when you're about to deliver the final tearjerker,
Hey!
but it's just taking so long. I'm about to fall asleep over here. Do you really think you had any idea what Sakura was actually thinking when she died?
What is this?
What did you say? Everything you said just now is your own interpretation, right? Your own opinion of what her suicide note meant.
What are you saying?
Of course I knew what she was thinking. Her and me.
In other words,
Well, what I'm really trying to say
yes,
is...
indeed.
Don't you think the entire foundation is shaky? What if it was really like this?
What the heck?
Huh?
Of course.
Isn't it obvious?
Yep.
A suicide note.
Too bad.
Oh, I wrote that one. It was all me, baby.
True.
This is the one she'd addressed to Hina and put in her room. You lied to me?
Unbelievable.
Oh, don't say lie. Makes it sound so dirty. I just thought I'd liven things up a bit.
Well now.
I can't help it if you took my little scribble as a face value. Didn't even have Sakura's signature on it. You filthy little... I'm not filthy. I didn't do anything.
Pung, pung.
Did I falsify evidence? Did I affect the outcome of the trial? The case played out between you and you alone. You're the ones who were jerking each other around.
Phew.
It's not wrong. Heck, even if the will had factored in, it would have still been between you guys. So what's the problem? This is all part of the production process. And scene. Cut.
And?
So, what did she write in a real suicide note?
What are you gonna do?
I'm glad you asked. For your benefit, I shall read it using my melodic, angelic, harmonic narrator voice.
Hey!
But you know, haven't you ever been curious about the whole suicide note thing? Who came up with the idea of leaving a note when you kill yourself in the first place?
But hold on.
Isn't it just unfortunate? Killing yourself is just so final, you know? You can never hear the rest of the story. The truth is lost in darkness. It gives me the willy.
Enough already.
Could you just get on with it?
Yes, indeed.
Okay. Talk about a buzzkill. My good friend Hina, there's something I want to tell you. I hate to do it like this, but you need to know. This is my final wish.
As you know, I've been giving information to the one who's imprisoned you here.
It was our first night in the strange school that the mastermind first came
You
to see.
see, the mastermind took control of my family's dojo and demanded I become their tool.
You might not see the importance of a dojo, but my family has watched over it for 300 years.
I couldn't let it be destroyed under my watch. So even if it meant my own life, I had to protect it.
I kinda wish they would have just voiced the whole thing instead of cutting out every sentence.
That's how I saw things.
However, that was my greatest weakness. And because of that, I made the mistake of giving in to the
And
master.
what the mastermind wanted from me was nothing less than murder.
They were probably worried that until the first murder had happened, nothing would move forward. But what neither the mastermind nor I expected was the incident involving Sayaka. At that point, the plan changed. The mastermind told me to hold off and wait until we reach another stage.
However, as I lived here with all of you, as I lived here with Hina, my resolve began to weaken.
Watching everyone fight with such despair, trying so desperately to stay alive, I saw the weakness in my own heart, The weakness of succumbing to the mastermind. And more than
I
anything,
cannot betray those who would call me their friend.
that's how I came to feel.
I've made a decision. I will no longer retreat, no longer compromise, no longer regret. I've made my decision. I'm going to resist you.
Of course, because of that, I decided to reveal her secret, which made everyone hate her. Her decision to stay true to all of you led directly to all of you hating her for it. Ironic, isn't it? Or maybe oxymoronic? Or just moronic?
Of course, I understand if you all hate me. All of this is because of my own weakness.
I'm perfectly willing to accept whatever attack you may want to make.
So this is my atonement for betraying you. That's what I had in mind.
But unfortunately, that's not enough. This won't end with just me accepting your hatred.
My own situation has started having an effect on more people than just me, which is exactly what the Mastermind wanted when they revealed my betrayal.
My betrayal brought suspicion, disharmony. The Mastermind knew that eventually it would escalate into someone murdering someone else.
Of course, I'm still responsible for that as well.
I have an obligation to get this situation under control. And to fulfill that obligation, I've decided to do as the Mastermind has commanded. I will do as I am told, and commit murder.
But I've decided the one I'm going to kill is myself.
If the Mastermind demands that I kill someone, then that someone will be me. Then my dojo will be safe, and above all else, none of you will have to kill anyone. When I die, the source of conflict among you all dies with me. For that, I'm willing to give up my life.
If it can save you, then sacrificing my own life could have no greater meaning. Whatever you think of me, please know that you are all my most treasured friends.
I've never had people like you in my life.
Huh?
Sakura didn't feel cornered. She didn't die hating us.
No way!
She wanted to stop us from fighting, to protect us.
Correct.
She didn't end her own life because she was weak. Quite the opposite, in fact. She was strong. Too strong. That's why she killed herself. She chose death for herself in order to protect the rest of us. To sacrifice so much, no normal person could do that.
However,
It was only her limitless strength that made it possible.
Finally, Hina, I want to apologize to you especially.
The reason I didn't tell you any of this is because I knew you would try to stop me. I'm really, truly sorry. But please don't be sad. If I can thwart the Mastermind's plans, if I can keep you from killing each other, that's enough for me. That is the path I have chosen. That is the only way I have left to distinguish myself. And you can use this note to bring the class trial to a quick end. I'm so sorry to ask you to do something so unpleasant, but I have to leave the rest to you. Please talk to them on my behalf. I can't tell anyone about my plan while I'm alive, but I wanted you to understand why I'm doing this. In the end, though, I hope to show myself through actions and not words. Hopefully then they'll see.
I never saw you as my enemy. You were only ever my friend, who I wanted to help as much as possible. Hina, whatever it takes, survive. Survive along with everyone else. No matter what, just survive.
But...
I didn't understand how she felt. Not at all. I thought we were close and still...
What are you gonna do?
But in the end, all her meddling was like totally pointless.
Uh-oh.
She died so you guys wouldn't try to kill each other, but you almost ended up doing it anyway. Thanks to you, her death had no purpose at all. In fact, it was because of her stupid meddling that the rest of you nearly bit the big one.
Too bad.
She deserves all the blame. Everyone blame her. Go ahead. She deserves it. Now, the next victim has been decided. What do you mean, next victim? Nobody here blames any... Wait, what do you mean, next victim? Nobody here blames anyone.
Huh?
First of all, you're in the wrong for tricking Hina with that fake suicide note. Plus, Sakura's death wasn't a waste.
Say what?
Because she made us remember. We're not enemies that hate each other. We're friends who need to work together.
You know?
Damn straight. This is all because of our misplaced hatred.
Well,
I don't blame her. I can't blame her. And nobody can blame Hina either. Whether or not there's a spy never really mattered. Because the one we need to destroy is you. Nobody else.
What? What do you want?
What the heck? That's not how this was supposed to go. But anyway, are you sure about that? This killing game is a competition between all of you. Don't you remember?
Hey!
Your enemy is each other. He's absolutely right about it. Lovely Byakuya, you understand, don't you? This is a life or death elimination match. The only way to survive is to win. There could be no doubt that those are the rules of this game. Which is why I'm bowing out.
Huh?
Naturally.
Sakura and Hina were both willing to sacrifice their own lives to deny the reality. Thanks to them, it would appear the others have cast aside their fear of this game.
Don't make me repeat myself.
There's no point in participating in a game which has all lost its sense of excitement. Which is why I'll no longer be participating in it. What? What's going on here? Now, I've only one thing to look forward
It's
to,
all clear now.
and that's to heap the harshest possible punishment onto the one who thinks they can control me. Wait, does that mean? Don't misunderstand. I haven't been moved by some thoughtless sentimentalism, if that's what you're thinking. Wherever Master goes, I go. And if the mastermind turns out to be a guy, then maybe I can catch on fire. Everyone.
Hey,
Well, now can you say Sakura's death had no meaning? How boring. Nothing good could come of this. I'm still gonna be the one having the fun time.
the heck?
Huh? Anyway, let's forget about that good-for-nothing backstabber and get back on track.
You want me to punish you guys?
It's the moment you've all been waiting for. Punishment time!
What?
But Sakura's technically the killer, right? And she's dead. You're not gonna...
But
Is it me?
Wrong.
Oh, heavens no. Just because the black end is dead doesn't mean I can just sub in whatever old student I want. Didn't I tell you? I'm very particular about the bear times 1 rule.
Listen up.
But I spent so much time preparing my special punishment. It'd be a shame to go to waste.
Yahoo!
But I prepared a special guest.
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time.
Uh-oh. 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 Um... Yeah, that is a very destroyed laptop. That is a very destroyed laptop. It is now a Monokuma ball. Ugh. You suck, man! You turned him into a mangled hunk of junk! Well, that really took a lot out of me. Maybe I'll go grill up a plate of chicken. After all, they say post-workout grub, chicken's where it's at. I'm all for that grilled goodness. Fried, boiled, give me a break. The color, the smell, the succulence, grilled is where it's at.
So,
Well, you were dead.
but still, I'm gonna do my best.
Well, look how that went for you. Alter Ego's words raced through my heart and soul. My disbelief gave way to raw anger. The anger turned to fury, black and muddy, and boiling over. It bubbled up through my body, quickly overflowing and shooting out of my mouth. How dare you! That was my friend! How dare you kill him?
What's the matter?
You were friends with a laptop? That's pretty pathetic. What? Next? What's next? Friends with a basketball? Shut the hell up. He wasn't just a laptop. He was my friend. And you killed him. Is that what you call animism? Where a soul dwells within all things, even laptops? Well, you can call it whatever you want. Bottom line is, it got in my way. It was trying to find things out all sneaky.
Just as I thought.
So you finally noticed him.
Actually,
Oh, no. I knew about him from the very beginning. I knew Chihiro was doing something with it, and I knew you were using it to analyze data. I knew exactly how it was going to play out from the start.
What are you thinking?
You knew and you were still cocky enough to let us take the plunge?
yep.
Well, I mean, that data in the laptop, it was... Oh, I guess you could call it a gift. From me to you.
Phew.
Or maybe like a reward, in honor for being able to unlock something so difficult.
Hey,
So of course I didn't care if you got to access to that. But sneaking into the network was just too personal, so I had to do a little reformatting.
I want to be able to help.
Alter Ego wanted to fight for us. He wanted to help at the risk of his own life. And for that, he was killed. Yeah, the punishment time has made me feel a billion times better.
very nice.
Experiencing a meaningless death is so soothing. It makes me remember that every low can get even lower. His death wasn't meaningless either. Everybody who's died so far, the deaths of each and every one of our friends, they all make us stronger. I swear to God, someday you will pay for this. Holy moly, you're super mad. Just unreasonably upset.
Well,
Okay, time to bring things to a close, but before that, I need to read the postscript. Huh?
yep.
Oh, there's still a bit more left of Sakura's note. Do I have your attention? Okay, here we go. Prepare your ears for the dulcet tones of yours truly. One other thing, Hina. There's something I'd like you to tell the others. Hopefully it will act as a clue to help you unravel the mystery of this school. A clue?
Hina.
I've spoken with the mastermind off and on the whole time I've been here, so I've learned one thing, which is the mastermind has done something to us. I think what they've done is... Oops, that was a close one. Another word would have been hit deep in spoiler territory.
Bad.
Okay, I don't want to ruin the surprise, so book club is dismissed. You can just stop at the most important bit. It makes your brain rumble and tumble, huh? Makes you so mad you don't even friggin' know, huh?
You guys.
That's the whole point, stupid! It's time to get back at you all for all hardening your resolve. Fine, but at least Sakura's note. Like it ever let any of you greaseballs have it. What?
Too bad.
Sucks for you, loser. Wait, that's
What?
what is it?
What?
There's one last line in the note. And let me just say this to the master. I'm not going to just lay down and die. I will fight you, you bastard. No matter what. And that's seriously it. Oh, what a stubborn loser. She won't lay down and die? She'll fight you? Well, whatever. Who cares what some dead musclehead has to say?
Well?
I'm out of here. You guys should try to get some rest, you know. And maybe take some time to reconsider how you approach the school life of yours. Are you sure you don't want to graduate? Can you really cut free from the regrets of the outside world? Think about that. Think long. Think hard. Those were his parting words to us before disappearing. But what was that all about? Sakura's final message. Her last clue to help us solve the mystery. The mastermind did something to us? Kyoko said something like that before, didn't she? It was after Celeste's trial was over.
You.
Who?
Hey,
The mastermind did something to our bodies. What are they saying that the mastermind did? What did the mastermind do to us? I mean, did the mastermind plant a bomb in us or something? No, that would be what something Zero Escape would do. If we tried to leave the school, a sensor would go off, and the bomb explodes. I've seen something like that in this game, I know. It's also some poison stuff. No! I feel awful just thinking about it, because I gotta play those games right after this, and I'm not ready for this to end yet. I only started the first one! Anyway, I can't afford to acknowledge thoughts like that.
Yo!
So, class trial's over and Monokuma's
But-
gone, so now what do we do?
Yes.
What else is there other than to head back home?
Okay.
Let's just head out of here. But, must still feel responsible. Dial back that ego a bit, girl. The kind of mystery someone like you could pose is absolutely no threat.
Not possible.
I never would have lost this kind of challenge. What are you talking about? Kyoko and Makoto were the ones that figured everything out.
Stop talking.
Shut up. Seriously. I'm sorry. How many times do you plan to apologize? How about you make that the last one? I haven't reached a point where I need someone apologizing to me more than once.
Sorry.
Okay, I see what you mean. Then, I'll try. No, he wasn't normal. Did he just capture his flag?
No, 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 no!
I can't suffer the existence of someone who would disturb the romance between... That's not what this is.
Huh?
What are you talking about? That's not what's happening here. Why would I ever go for a sleazeball like him?
What did you say?
Sleazeball?
What the heck?
That's right, I called you a sleazeball. 'Cause you are. Sleazeball.
I see.
Apparently, you still have a death wish.
Ah.
More biting sarcasm. No wonder you don't have any friends.
No, 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 no!
Hey, stop biting! You're making me jealous. I want the abuse to give it. I want the abuse give and take. Me! God, you're that's fucking weird. Guess it's not so easy for everyone to act as friends. Well, it's just how it is. Now. And so Sakura's class trial came to an end, and we'd returned to the world of Hope's Peak Academy. But the story wasn't even close to over. Time kept marching on. We all went back to our rooms, and before long, night snuck up on us.
As such, soon okay then.
Bleh. Nighttime descended and pulled me down along with it, down into sleep. I couldn't remember the last time I'd fallen into such a deep sleep, but the night still wasn't over for me. A voice. I could hear a voice. Huh? What the? A voice dragging me from deep slumber into hazy half-consciousness. My eyelids were like lead. Ah!
Kyoko?
yes, it's me.
Huh? Kyoko?
I said yes.
So Kyoko's here.
Wait, what?
In a flash, I was wide awake. What are you doing here?
It's true.
I'm here to wake you up. Oh, I see. Wait, but my door... It was unlocked. You're unbelievably careless. Wait, are you serious?
Hey.
Always. And you don't have to overreact like that every time you're surprised. I mean, you were standing over my bed. It is the natural reaction. What time
Correct.
is it? 3 o'clock in the morning, of course. 3 a.m.? Why was she waking me up at this hour? I guess we'll find out next time. I'm a stop now. Thanks for watching.